Are you back live?
Yes, but I have no game sound. There we go.
Right.
Right. Okay,
Right,
so
I'll
literally
close-
2 laps we got
I'll
in
close
for
my
the final bit. Okay. Thank you for doing that though, mate.
No worries.
Right, so we are back live for the final 2 laps of this race. Unfortunately, some technical difficulties has meant we've had to jump ship a little bit. But interestingly, we have T1000 Zach half a second behind Bran with a lap and a half to go. And Pagani is with me. So to watch this final bit unfold. We might as well stay with this battle for the lead. But yeah, in the meantime, we've lost FTRL Panda and Jesper, unfortunately. So we've got Raver's Revenge just on the back of Dutch. Picks up a time penalty right on cue for the final point scoring position. But Zach, is he going to be taking a look at Bran?
I believe Ravers has got 2 penalties now, so I don't think he's going to get in the points tonight.
That's a
It's
shame.
unfortunate because it's been a great drive from him.
Yeah, it must be said. I mean, I don't know what the how the penalties were looking at the minute, but Bran's doing an incredible job tonight.
I believe Bran and Zach have the same amount of penalties, but I think he's 2. But Remco has fallen out of that picture now. He was 5.5 seconds behind, so it was looking interesting. But
It was. Yeah, right. Well, final lap shootout then. So we've literally got this one final lap, and we have a quick chat with the podium runners. Oh, Zach moving right out to try and put Bran off. The question is, Pagani, will Bran crack under pressure for his first ever race win in FTRL?
I don't think so, and I don't think Zach will do anything stupid either with being his teammate and
Well,
him already leading championships.
as I say, the thing is, if you're Zach at this stage, I mean, although it's an extra, 3 points, it's is it worth the risk? People like Dutch and both the McLarens are falling off. Tico's down in P5.
Dutch and P10.
Yeah, Dutch down in P10. Exactly. But yeah, we're literally just going to finish off this battle with the Mercedes, but I thought it would be better to have this on stream as opposed to not at all.
It is indeed.
So yeah, I'm not really been up to scratch. Obviously, I have been watching, but it's. But anyway, we have Remco in P3. Oxox is in P4, only 2 seconds behind. He's had a fantastic race, as Oxox. He's up 10 positions. Tico is on the back of him now, half a second on the final lap. But all Bran's had a slight. Yeah, he has.
Yellow's in sector 3.
Yeah, Zach coming out, but providing he doesn't cut any corners here, Bran's going to come round and take his first ever win in FTRL. Round the final corner, crosses the line, and he holds on to the win. There we go.
Will Remco against Zach? He's got another 3 seconds behind the Bran, so...
No, he hasn't.
Remco
No.
P3.
There we go. Mercedes 1-2.
Oxox with penalties drops down.
Chicken Guy P4. Tico down. Tico's in 7th. The Renaults have finished 4th and 5th. Oxox, yeah. CJ 6th. Tico's finished down P7. Maclaw's drops out of points. Ravers gets his first points of the season, I believe. Legitimate points. He's up to P9. Dutch has dropped outside the points. Tomo's got into P10. It's all happened.
Yes, indeed. Penalties decided this race. Wait, decided the lower end of this field. Oh. Tim Dwell picks up another penalty on the last lap.
Well, there we go. What a crazy end to this race. Right. Okay, well, apologies for the mix-up there for those that have been watching, but these things happen, as we know. Unfortunately, Blue Flag or Simon was around Bendel's house this evening, and yeah, Bendel's internet being Bendel's internet once again.
Yeah, so if in doubt, blame Game of Thrones because he's around there to watch Game of Thrones tonight.
Exactly. So. Well, let's appreciate Bran and take it all in for his first ever win in FTRL. Good on him. Yeah, the Renaults have been superb in this as well. Chicken Guy and Crest, 4th and 5th they finished. Chicken Guy's having an amazing season.
He is indeed.
So yeah, I mean, oh look, Crest's the only person not to get a penalty as well. But right, quick rundown of the final classifications. Pagani, sorry mate. So we've got Bran and Zach occupying first and second places. Brand's first ever win in FTRL. Remco in P3. Then we've got the two Renaults of Chicken Guy and Cress in 4th and 5th. CJ's moved up to 6th from P11, so a good result from him. Tico drops down to P7 after all of his penalties, and Oxfox down to P8 as well. Nevertheless, he's moved up 6 places from where he started. Raver's Revenge picks up his first couple of points of the season, and Tomo rounds off the top 10. Disappointing from Tomo considering the start he had and his qualifying position. So Dutch drops down to P11, so I think that's the first time he's finished outside the points other than a DNF for a long time. Co-Andy P12, yeah, Matt Cause 13th. He did look like he was going to get himself some points, but then he just dropped out due to so many penalties, and Tim 12 rounds off the order. Then we had retirements from... we had Catamedes as well, finished last, and we had retirements from Panda, Jesper, Danny, Physics and Plexit, if my memory serves me correct.
Did indeed. I'm playing in the championship standings.
It certainly is. Right, I'm just going to invite the lads in, so you probably won't be able to be heard for a moment. Yeah. Right, let's get the boys in. So Chicken Guy was 4th, when because Zach hasn't got his mic. So let's go with... Let's have a look. So we've got Chicken Guy, Bran and Remco. Yeah, I was just hovering over that. Let me do that as well. Sod it. Remco as well. Well, exactly. Well, Blue Phoenix saying that sadly he won't be in the stream for a week because he's going on holiday. So, but have a lovely holiday, mate. So we'll just wait for the boys to get into the party. Remco's here. Bran is here.
Chicken Guy's here.
Chicken Guy's here. And we also have a Ravers as well.
Chief noob.
Exactly. Right, so let's get straight down to business. Right, first of all, Bran. First ever win, mate. Pole and a win. How are you feeling?
Well, obviously I'm happy. First win in this league. Got P2 last season. Finishing the best. And yeah, I think I've had the pace this season, especially maybe at Canada, but maybe I wasn't consistent enough. But now, yeah, I think that Russia is one of the best tracks, and yeah, I've showed that I think I can compete with like the likes of Plexix and Dutch and Zach and everyone. So yeah, which is great.
Yeah. Well, there we go, mate. Well, like I said, I mean, your form has certainly sort of raised up a notch from last season. I know, obviously, you got quicker. You was adapting to a new wheel and so on, wasn't you, as well? But I think even from those kind of extremes to what you've gone to now, I mean, it's been a massive jump. Has it been a lot of practice, or has it just been a case of this wheel's come a bit more natural to you and you seem to have found a bit of a rhythm with it all now?
Yeah, I definitely think this wheel's helped by quite a bit. Our wheel was a T80, so it had no force feedback or anything, so it's basically like a Wii wheel. And yeah, this one's a lot better, and I think it's helped me, but also I think that myself, some like started practicing a bit more as well, so I think that's helped as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one thing I want to ask you quickly is, obviously, from when you was fighting last season, you was kind of scrapping with, you know, some of the guys towards the bottom end of the points. I think that's probably a fair thing to say. And in this season, you've now you're fighting with like Plexits and Zach and Dutch and Tico and all of those guys that we associate with being right at the top. How's your sort of mindset changed? Because obviously it can be quite sort of daunting when you're battling people like that. How was you kind of feeling when you sort of discovered that you was finding more pace?
I don't think anything really changed really. I think it's just the same going into any race, you know, any league, whether you're at the front or the back. You just try and go as quick as possible, and you battle the same way as you would against anyone really, I think.
Exactly. Well, one final thing then for you, mate, is obviously you've had an unbelievable start to this season. And obviously you've converted a pole into a win tonight, which, without being rude, I don't think anybody expected just yet from you. Obviously you've been getting better and better, but I think in terms of the expectations, that maybe the Dutch guys were still kind of just edging it compared to everyone else. So it's kind of come out of nowhere. Have you got a particular kind of aim in mind for the season?
Well, if you just at the start of the season, I'd just like to get top 10 in the championship. But now with my pace I've got, I don't really know what the championship looks like at the moment. But maybe just top 5. I don't think I'm going to be quick at every track. Like last week at China, I was like terrible outside the top 10 for quali. And now it's completely different at this one. So again, it could be completely different in the next track as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think top 5 maybe.
Well, nevertheless, mate, that's you gained quite a few fans this evening, so well played to you, mate, and hopefully that will carry on to next week. But nevertheless, what a fantastic drive, and you should be very, very pleased with yourself, mate. So good job.
Thanks, thank you.
No worries. Right, Pagani.
Alright, it's me. Remco, P3 today?
Yes, it was. Very happy with it. Good to be back.
I was going to say, I think we've interviewed you once this season, but that was for a P4 because Zach didn't have his mic, so nice to see you actually on the podium this time to be here. It's been too long since you've had a podium, I think.
Yeah, it's been well. I mean, I've been having some bad luck. I've been practicing less, but for this one, I always seem to like Russia. Got a really good qualifying and just did my thing in the race. Just keep my wing on and just follow Zach. And Brandon, I didn't even see him. He was just too fast today. So well done to him, and of course well done to Chicken Guy for getting P4.
We've seen, like, obviously practicing a little bit less this season, but I mean, obviously the pace is still in you. I mean, you proved that, obviously. I mean, you might miss a couple of races this season, I'm not sure, but championship challenge from you, do you reckon it's there, or is it just hope to get top 5?
I think I don't really have ambitions, but I mean, if I'm there every week, then I'd say maybe a top 6, 7, something. I don't know.
We saw both McLarens crash out today. Were you aware of what happened to them tonight? I mean,
I think Plexus, if something happened with his wheel, because he just went straight on into turn 3, I think it is, 4, turn 4. I don't know what happened to him, and I didn't know what happened to Physics as well. But yeah, it wasn't my favor.
yeah, I mean, we've seen some good races from like everyone today, but I'd say you just kept your head down, kept quiet, and stayed out of the way of everyone, kept your front wing, and you showed what you can do by just keeping on the track. I mean, it's like I say, it's nice to see you back on the podium. I mean, normally it's the other Dutch guys that are on the podium, so it's nice to see you on the podium.
Thanks.
I'll pass it back to Aaron.
Okay, right, Marcus, Chicken Guy, as we know you. What a season you are having, my friend.
Yeah, it's not been too bad.
Exactly. What was the plan for you for tonight? Obviously, we'll get into the result and so on soon, but was Russia a particularly strong track for you? We know you're normally quite good with like tyre wear and penalties and so on. Did you have like a particular aim in mind tonight?
Well, I wasn't really expecting it to be a good night for me. I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of the track, to be honest. But there was like a little practice session going on the other night. I did that. Seemed like I had like okay pace, but got loads of penalties and that. So if I was focused on penalties, not getting many of them, then I'd do all right, and it seemed to work out quite well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I'm just looking before obviously the race tonight. You were sitting P7 in the championship, which was obviously been a very good start for you. But that's actually your second fourth place of the season. Now, what do you think the key's been to that? Because obviously, like we've seen, like with Bran, his pace has picked up massively this season, and all of the guys you would expect to be towards the top are at the top. But then yourself and Bran and Remco and so on are kind of establishing yourself this season as the next pack down, if that makes sense, and you're starting to get like a few results. When you obviously came up from Div 2, did you expect to be up where you are as quickly as what you are?
Well, my first season in Division 1 didn't really go too well. I just made a lot of stupid mistakes, got like wing damage quite a few times, and then that just ruins your race basically. But this season. I think the tracks have helped actually, because Baku's probably one of my favourite tracks actually. So got fourth place there. So that was sort of explains itself. And then I don't know. I think I found like a little bit of pace. But just ironing out those mistakes has been the key, really, I feel.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at your obviously your teammates of Cress, obviously a very good friend of yours. Other than the first race of the season, you've kind of counteracted each other most weeks. I think in Baku you had a very strong week and Cress did as well. But then the week after in Canada you had a strong week, he didn't. The following week it was roles reversed, and you found a little bit of form together. Between the two of you, did you have like a set target in mind for the season in where you wanted to finish in the constructors, or was it just kind of just do what you can do?
No, we never really discussed that, to be honest. But yeah, it was just like try your best, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, one final question for you, mate. Obviously Italy next week, the midway point of the season. I know from personal experience that you're pretty good at Italy. How are you feeling about going into that one?
I think the last time I did Italy, it was probably Division 2, maybe. And I think it was, yeah, that was like a really close race between, was it Cress, CJ, one of the Tims? I'm not sure which one. And then
Ravers
I
was up
like,
there
sort
as
of like,
well, I think.
oh yeah, probably. And then, yeah, that was quite a fun race. I think I only did well on that because of penalties. I think
Yeah.
that's what it was. But
But
I
we
quite
also had
like
a
Italy as a track.
we also had a performance race as well, which you won on track, and you was pretty strong round there as well. That was in the
Oh
wet
yeah, that was
weather
in the wet,
conditions.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, then you got me because I got one penalty. Ah, I
Yeah.
remember that one. Yeah,
Remember that
yeah,
one
I
with
quite
with
like
fond
Italy.
memories. Yeah, but I mean that's the midway point of the season. So, I mean, with this
Going
result
quick.
tonight, I think well you've now created a bit of a gap to the guys behind you because Oxox dropped points on you tonight as well. And but for Brand's win, you would have you was only a couple of points behind him. So I mean, you're keeping pace with Brand after the season he's having. So he's kind of gone unnoticed how well you're doing, mate. So I wish you the best of luck next week, and hope you have a good second half to the season.
Thanks very much.
No
I
worries,
just
mate.
want to thank the Renault boys in Div 2 for the support they've been giving me. Much appreciated.
Yeah, good lads. It's working quite well, this little team system, isn't it?
Yeah, quite like it.
Yeah. Right. Pagani, I know you are quite keen to have a chat with our resident noob, Raver's Revenge. And I will let you crack on with that before I close up the stream.
Alright, well, Ravers, first, actual top 10 finish this season. I mean, you got points through a couple of claim races early in the season, but I bet you're quite pleased to finish in the top 10 to get points actually for your performance, shall we say.
Yep, happy with that. Did alright. Couple of DNFs obviously helped, but that's part of it, isn't it? Actually had a couple of battles as well, so so yeah, well happy. Big up the support in the stream. I think they were saying hashtag Team Beta Tester, which you weren't too keen on, Pagani.
Yeah,
Just
no,
wanted to,
I mean, me and Sai, when we started the stream, said that we wouldn't be able to get your crash helmet off your head if you get points, because it would be
Still
too
wearing
big
it.
to take off. But
still wearing it, yeah.
nah, on a positive note, do you reckon the invitation to the beta testers giving you some positive vibes going forward, so it helps you tonight? Or
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, I know you've been in meetings with Codemasters all week, but
yeah, it's been tough to practice, man. I haven't had time. They won't leave me alone. You know what I mean? It's conference call after conference call, and marketing meetings, and all the rest of it.
This is the cringiest conversation I've ever been a part of.
I think everyone's enjoying it though. So
nah, we saw you do your usual thing since you've got your wheel and getting used to no traction, sort of drop to the back and just run your own race, but your own race seemed to bring you into battles tonight. It seemed you had pace for once.
I my start was alright, but no, my start was alright, but then I just kind of went wide. I don't know if it was dirty air or if it was just wasn't concentrating. I genuinely didn't let anyone go. It was like, oh shit, I'm last now. I got blocked in quali, so I would have been a little bit higher, but yeah. But yeah, it felt quick. I felt alright when I put those hypers on. Man, wow, pace for me anyway. So yeah, I was happy.
We saw you pull a switchback at one time or another, and
Did I?
it seemed
Yeah, lovely move that was.
Who was that on?
I can't remember.
it was a really long switchback from turn 1 to end of turn 3, the long left-hander. It was Tomo, that's who it was.
Was it? I thought I took him in a different. Oh, I can't remember.
Because you did that, and then you were still side by side going into turn 4. Like, it was a little bit of respectful racing, giving each other space, and
I do remember, yeah, because Co-Andy was behind, and I thought I've got. And that was when the leaders of the race, well, the net leaders were coming as well, or was that different?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
It was coming up, I think. So yeah,
that was I had to concentrate, man. Yeah, but yeah, it was good fun. Good fun. Enjoyed that.
Well, with this being your first actual point score, do you reckon you can push on from here? I know you're quite late Italy, or you did on pad. I'm not so sure on a wheel, but
I don't know. I think like every race, it would take a couple of DNFs, me to concentrate, all of it to sort of link in, and then I might have a chance. But I still don't have a top 10 pace. I just don't. That's just a fact. So, but man, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
I would say you had pace on pad, and you didn't like Ascari. Wait, I remember doing a practice session where you saying that Ascari was now a lot easier on a wheel.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. Yeah, some corners for me are easier on the wheel.
I mean, we might see you in the points again next week. I mean, if it's dry. Let's just
just don't want it to rain.
Nah, it was a good drive for me today. I mean, we've got the stream in 3 parts, but I mean, from the parts you see in the first part, you were driving pretty well, so it's nice to see. So,
thanks for that.
One last quick question for you, Ravers. How are you finding the transition to wheel, mate? Because obviously, like we've seen with a few of the guys, it's got taken a bit of time, and then it just sort of seemed to click. Now, obviously tonight, for the first time, we will really see you actually battling. Have you gained a bit more confidence of it now? Are you starting to find your feet a bit?
Yeah, it's at first it was difficult, blah blah blah, getting used to it and all that. I need more practice in traffic. My brain is struggling to process all that information at the minute. It will come eventually, I think, but I just need more practice in that. But man, it's so enjoyable. I won't go back to bad. I just can't. It's just really good.
Cool. Well, nevertheless, mate, it's nice to see you in the points, and that's actually moved you out the drop zone now.
Yes.
So
Hashtag Dare to Dream. DTD. As me and Goy would say.
Yeah, well, nevertheless, mate, well done. Right, so that concludes the podium interviews for tonight. Apologies for the stream and whatnot. It was just a few technical difficulties. It happens, so get over it. No, basically, right. So rest of the week we have got Division 2 tomorrow night, which will also be at Russia. So come and join myself, Pagani, and Simon, and Blue Flag, and whoever else you want to suggest. Yeah. I imagine we're all going to get penalties and all going to be sulking afterwards, so that should be quite a laugh to watch.
Qualified.
Yeah, Wednesday we have got the Challenge Championship, where we're doing our first ever full qualifying session in FTRL at Australia, followed by a 25% race. On Thursday we've got the FTRL versus PSGL GT Sport Super Formula Championship, which we are also doing extremely well in at the moment. And then Friday, stream dependent, we might be for the Group 3 Championship in GT Sport as well. So there's something every single day this week as per normal, but thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you all tomorrow.